Namaskar, my
नमस्कार।
dear friends. Myself, Dr. Pramod Kumar Gupta. I am founder of Indian Teacher Education Community. And today we have organized a program on action research with collaboration of AM College of Education, Rewari, Haryana. And today's resource person is Dr. D.N. Sansanwal sir. And now I am inviting Dr. Rahul Kant sir, who is principal of AM College of Education, Rewari. Welcome, sir.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू प्रमोद जी। सभी गेस्ट का और पैनलिस्ट का मैं अपने कॉलेज एएम कॉलेज ऑफ एजुकेशन की तरफ से तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूं और मैं स्वागत करता हूं तमाम जो हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं और उम्मीद करता हूं कि आज आप जो 4 दिन का ये प्रोग्राम आप और अटेंड करेंगे, जिसमें हमारे पास लेजेंडरी रिसोर्स डॉक्टर डी.एन. संसरवाल सर हमारे पास हैं, साथ रहेंगे 4 दिन के लिए। उनका जो एक रिच एक्सपीरियंस है वो आप सबके लिए, जो भी एक आपका जो फील्ड है एजुकेशन को लेकर, जो भी उसमें एक प्रॉब्लम्स आपके सामने आती हैं, वो चाहे आपके स्टूडेंट्स को लेकर हो, आपके साथी मेंबरान के साथ हो या कोई और मैनेजमेंट के साथ हो, उनको कैसे टैकल करना है, कैसे हैंडल करना है, वो सब कहीं ना कहीं उसके लिए आपको टिप्स मिलेंगे। और मुझे लगता है कि आप सब लोग इनसे काफी फ्रूटफुली आप इससे इनरिच होंगे। थैंक यू सर।
Many thanks to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And now I am inviting Dr. D.N. Sansanwal, sir. Dr. D.N. Sansanwal, sir, was a former HOD and Dean at SOE DAVB, Indore. He is a renowned personality of research, SPSS and action research. And now I am inviting Dr. D.N. Sansanwal, sir. Welcome, sir.
Dear friends, welcome to this program, which is of 4 days duration, and it focuses on action research. मेरे जो हिंदी वाले जो सहभागी हैं, एक्शन रिसर्च आप समझते हैं, और एक्शन रिसर्च जो शब्द है वो मैं इसको एक्शन ही रिसर्च के तौर पे यूज करूंगा। रिसर्च को आप समझते हैं कि रिसर्च क्या होती है। Now there are many people who do not belong to the north part and they belong to the other part of India, and therefore may find little bit difficulty in understanding some of the words in Hindi. So sometime for the participants from the North Hindi belt, I will like to speak few of the important sentences in Hindi also, and I hope my people from South part or some Northeast part will not have much objection, but I will definitely rest assure you that whatever I will tell them in Hindi, I would have told you or I will tell you in English also. So absolutely no problem. Majority part will not be in Hindi. Majority part will be in English, but whenever I feel that there are some words which I must translate them into Hindi so that my people from Haryana, they can really understand it. तो दोस्तों, मैं आपको हिंदी में भी बताता रहूँगा बीच बीच में, तो आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। और अगर आपको कोई सवाल पूछना हो तो आप सवाल पूछ सकते हैं। आप चैट बॉक्स के अंदर आरामदारी से आप लिख सकते हैं। मैं आप हिंदी में भी लिखोगे तो मैं उसको पढ़ लूँगा और मैं आपके जो सवाल है उसका आंसर देने की कोशिश करूँगा। तो my dear friends, let us now start with what is a research. If you see this particular word, there are 2 parts of it. One is called re and another is called search. Re means again, search, again search. Now what do we search? हम किस चीज को ढूंढते हैं? हम उसको ढूंढते हैं जो हमारी गुम हो गई है। जो हमारे पास है उसको हमको थोड़ी ढूंढते हैं. So we search whatever we have lost, or we search that for which we are in need. हम उसको ढूंढते हैं जिसकी हमको जरूरत होती है. तो that is what is. See, right now, you know, everybody is facing a severe problem in whole of the world, and that severe problem is caused by what is called COVID-19. This COVID-19 started somewhere in the month of November or December 2019, but it was very prominent somewhere in the month of March 2020. And when it became so prominent, so you might have heard or you might have seen that whole over the world, the people started locking down. The people started cutting their movements outside. Now, before that, this COVID-19 problem was not there. And since this problem was not there, so nobody thought of finding the solution of the problem because the problem was not there. 2020 से पहले ये कोविड-19 की समस्या नहीं थी, इसलिए किसी भी साइंटिस्ट ने इस समस्या का समाधान ढूंढने की कोशिश नहीं की, क्योंकि जब समस्या ही नहीं है तो किस चीज का वो समाधान ढूंढे. तो that was very, very important. So therefore, you have to have a problem. जब कोविड-19 प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी तो किसी भी साइंटिस्ट ने इसके बारे में शोध करने की नहीं सोची. लेकिन जब ये समस्या आ गई तो उसके बाद आपने अखबार में पढ़ा होगा या टीवी के न्यूज़ में आपने सुना होगा कि ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड ढेर सारी फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज हैं जिन्होंने रिसर्च करना स्टार्ट कर दिया. सो व्हेन द कोविड-19 प्रॉब्लम केम समवेयर इन 2020, then people started, the scientists started, the people from pharmacy, the people from medical science, people from chemicals, they started finding the solution of the problem. So that means if you want to do a research, you have to have a problem. Now, without problem, it is not possible to start the research. Now, once you have a problem and you start finding the solution, so each and every problem will have some solution. हर समस्या का कोई ना कोई समाधान होता है. So when you have a problem and then when you start doing some activity, then you come to the solution. And if you want to reach to the solution, then you cannot reach to the solution just like that. You have to do some activity. आप अगर समस्या का समाधान निकालना चाहते हैं, आपको कुछ ना कुछ गतिविधियां करनी पड़ेगी, और वो गतिविधियां आप अपनी इच्छा से नहीं कर सकते हो, वो एक व्यवस्थित ढंग से आपको करनी पड़ेगी. So whenever you have a problem and you want to reach to the solution, you have to do activities, and these activities cannot be done in any sequence you like. No, they have to be done in a particular sequence. And when you are doing activities in a particular sequence, that is what is called systematic, or you can say scientific. So the activities must be done systematically or must be done scientifically. And whenever you do more than one activity in a particular sequence, then that is what is called a process. For example, when you brush your teeth in the morning, so brushing teeth is a process. In this brushing teeth, you know what all activities you do. You take a brush, you wash it, you put paste on it, you take it in your mouth, you move here, there, and after that you take it out, you clean it, you clean your mouth. See how many activities you are doing in a particular sequence. You cannot change the sequence. You cannot first take a brush and then wash it and take it in your mouth, then move it here, there, and then you take it out and you clean and you put the paste and keep it. No, you can't do things like this. Now, when you are making a tea, making tea is a process, and you know what all activities you do in that particular process and in what sequence. So therefore, these are the 5 words which must be used in order to define research. अगर आपको शोध को की परिभाषा लिखनी है या परिभाषा बतानी है, तो उस परिभाषा के अंदर ये 5 शब्दों का समावेश होना अति आवश्यक है। और ये 5 शब्द हैं प्रॉब्लम, समस्या, एक्टिविटीज, गतिविधियां, सिस्टमैटिक, व्यवस्थित, प्रोसेस, प्रक्रिया, सॉल्यूशन, कोई ना कोई सॉल्यूशन. So therefore, these are the 5 important words. Whenever you do research in any subject whatsoever, you cannot do research without having a problem. Problem is a must. Without the problem, you cannot. And then you have to do some activities in a particular sequence in order to get the solution. So I can define research by using these 5 words. And I am giving the general definition first. Research refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem. Now, in this definition, process is one word, activities is another word, systematic or systematically is another word, solution is another word, and problem is another word. Now, all the 5 words are here. This is the general definition of research. अगर आपको शोध की सामान्य परिभाषा लिखनी है, तो हिंदी वालों आप लिख लीजिए. मैं हिंदी में टाइप नहीं कर सकता, मैं बोलूंगा और आप लिख लीजिए. English, those participants who want to understand in English, I have given you the definition. So I will take few seconds to translate this definition for the people, those who do not understand English to that extent. तो हिंदी वालों देखिए, शोध एक प्रक्रिया है जिसके अंतर्गत विभिन्न गतिविधियां व्यवस्थित रूप या ढंग से करके किसी समस्या का समाधान निकालते हैं या निकाला जाता है। ये शोध की परिभाषा है। आप इसकी जो लैंग्वेज है, भाषा को और अच्छा आप बनाना चाहें तो आप बना सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं। Now this is the general definition. Now I can mold this definition to fit in any subject. If I say research in education, research in education refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of education. If you want to do research in education, then the problem must be related to education. If you want to do research in economics, then problem must be related to some aspect of economics. If you want to do research in chemical engineering, then the problem must be related to some aspect of chemical engineering. So this is the general definition, and you can coin the definition from the general to any subject you like. If you like, I can write another definition. Say definition in economics refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of economics. तो मेरे हिंदी के साथियों के शिक्षा में शोध, अगर आप इसकी परिभाषा देना चाहते हैं तो जो मैंने पहले परिभाषा लिखाई है उसमें आप संशोधन कर सकते हैं, उसमें बदलाव ला सकते हैं। मैं फिर भी आपके लिए एक बार बता रहा हूं हिंदी में। आप तैयार हो जाइए अपनी कॉपी पेन से लेकर के। शैक्षिक शोध एक प्रक्रिया है जिसके अंतर्गत विभिन्न गतिविधियां व्यवस्थित ढंग से करके शिक्षा से संबंधित किसी पहलू की समस्या का समाधान निकालते हैं। देखिए, इन द डेफिनेशन आई हैव रिटन द प्रॉब्लम। व्हाई हैव आई यूज्ड द वर्ड द हियर? I have not said the solution, because problem may be one and solution may be multiple. Very simple example, right now for COVID-19, you know how many problem is one. It is the same problem everywhere. COVID-19. Its variant also have come. That's okay. But COVID-19, and you see solutions are many. Serum Institute of Pune has come up with one COVID shield. Covaxin has been given by one industry from Hyderabad. You have Pfizer has given one. So like this, different pharmaceutical companies have come up with different solutions, but problem is the same. This is important. So in research also, you may have one problem, but in the research, you may have more than one solution. So if you do a research by taking one problem, you come across one solution. But if you take the same problem again after some time and do the research, you may come across either the same solution which you got earlier or a new solution. जब आप किसी भी एक समस्या पे अगर बार बार आप शोध करें तो हो सकता है कि आपको वही समाधान मिले जो पहली बार मिला था, या हो सकता है आपको कोई नया भी समाधान मिल सकता है। लेकिन अगर आप एक बार शोध करोगे तो आपको एक समस्या का केवल एक ही समाधान मिलेगा, आपको कभी भी एक से ज्यादा समाधान नहीं मिल सकता, ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं। तो this point is very clear to all people that whenever you take one problem and you continue with the research, you will come across one and only one solution. But if you take that problem once again and you complete your research, you may come across a new solution, or you may come across a old solution only. No new solution may come. It's possible. So therefore, I have given you the general definition of research, and I have given you how that general definition can be converted to fit into any subject. If any participant want me to write definition of research in any subject, please tell me, I will write. So if any one of you want another definition, you may write. I will definitely write and will let you know. आपको किसी भी और विषय में अगर रिसर्च की परिभाषा, ओके, इन फिलोसॉफी, ऑल राइट. सो रिसर्च in philosophy refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of problem related to some aspect of philosophy. That is the definition. The problem must belong to that subject in which you want to do a research. Any other participant want me to write the definition? I can write. Yes, in place of the education or economics or this, you write physical education. So research in physical education refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of physical education. Any other participant? I hope now you can write absolutely no problem. So I have given you the general definition, and on the basis of the general definition, economics I have already given, my dear friend. I have given economics. This is the economics. Okay, all right. So now I have given you the general definition, and then I have changed that general definition to fit into any other subject, and that I have done. Now I go to the characteristics. कि शोध की कौन कौन सी विशेषताएं हैं. So I am coming to the characteristics of research. My dear friend, you may do research in any subject whatsoever. आप किसी भी विषय में अगर शोध करेंगे तो आपको यही 5 उसमें विशेषताएं मिलेंगी. You can do research in any subject. The characteristics will remain same. Characteristics of the research will not change when you change the subject. The same characteristic in physical education, same characteristics education, same characteristics in economics, same characteristic in management, same everywhere it is the same characteristics. No. So let me tell you, the first characteristics is research refers to a problem. के शोध में एक समस्या होनी चाहिए या शोध एक समस्या को लेके चलता है. इसका सेंटेंस आप बना लीजिए. रिसर्च इन्वॉल्व्स एक्टिविटीज. शोध में गतिविधियां की जाती हैं. रिसर्च इज सिस्टमैटिक और साइंटिफिक. तो शोध व्यवस्थित है. द फोर्थ इज रिसर्च इज ए प्रोसेस. शोध एक प्रक्रिया है. रिसर्च लीड्स टू सॉल्यूशन. शोध के द्वारा समाधान प्राप्त होता है. तो इफ यू यूज दीज वर्ड्स, ईच वर्ड problem, activities, and write one sentence, then that will be the characteristics. So there are 5 characteristics of research. और ये characteristics हर विषय के शोध में होती हैं. Even when you do research in medical science or engineering or computer science or agriculture or anywhere, the characteristics will remain same. विशेषताएं बदलती नहीं है शोध की. आप चाहे शोध किसी भी विषय में कर लीजिए, चाहे हिंदी में कर लीजिए, चाहे आप उर्दू में कर लीजिए, चाहे कहीं किसी भी विषय में कर लीजिए, ये पांचों की पांचों विशेषताएं वहां पे रहेगी. अगर किसी को कोई सवाल पूछना है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. इफ एनीबॉडी लाइक टू आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन एट दिस मोमेंट, प्लीज आस्क द क्वेश्चन. Now I go to the next one. Next, say very important that research is systematic. What is systematic? कि व्यवस्थित किसे कहते हैं? और जब हम व्यवस्थित गतिविधियां करते हैं तो उसका मतलब क्या होता है? What is systematic और what is scientific? तो ये एक क्वेश्चन है. What is systematic or which activity is said to be done systematically? Thank you very much. अच्छा, पूजा यादव मैं कर देता हूं. पूजा, should I give it in English or in Hindi? पूजा यादव. Thakur, the technical word is solution. But if you want to write finding, you can write finding. Finding is slightly different than the solution. Because if you have a problem, then you try to find the solution. I think solution is very, very appropriate word. But if you want to use finding, I have not seen any scientist using the word finding for the solution. Okay. Okay, Pooja Yadav, I'm giving. See, research refers to a problem. Without problem, you cannot do research. So research refers to a problem. Research involves activities. You have to do many activities. Right now, when the COVID-19 vaccine was being developed, then scientists worked day and night and were doing many activities. And research is systematic. It is not haphazard. It is systematic. It is not in any order. No, it is in a particular sequence. And research is a process. And taking bath is a process. Making chapati is a process. Preparing tea is a process. Driving car is a process. And so on so forth. Writing letter is a process. Writing answer to the question in the examination is a process. So there are so many processes. And research leads to solution. So research, at the end, you will come across a solution. Someone is asking whether we can write the word finding. The answer is, from my side, no. Because finding and solutions are slightly semantically different. Maybe generally you may think that both the meaning are same, but from semantic point of view, there is slight change. So better you write the word solution. So I was asking you, what is systematic? Or you can say, which activities are said to be done systematically. How will you know whether this activity is being done systematically or not? If any of you want to answer these questions, you are most welcome, no problem at all. If you cannot answer, no problem. So I have already explained you the general definition, then how that definition can be coined in another one. Then I have given you the characteristics of the research. No, Pani, Dr. Pani, think again. Why do we do step by step? Why? If Thakur, think again, why do we do logically? If you do not do logically, what will happen? If you do not do sequentially, what will happen? That will take you to the answer of this particular question. Okay. Now next is, I do not want to tell you, but let me tell you, say there is a difference between discovery and invention. So I don't want to go into the details of that, but now I am going to the types of researches. हाँ, एनोनिमस ये हमेशा जब भी आपके पास में कोई समस्या होती है तो उस समस्या का हमेशा समाधान होता है। ये फाइंडिंग नहीं होती है, निष्कर्ष नहीं होता है। कई बार हम निष्कर्ष की भी बात करते हैं, फाइंडिंग की भी बात करते हैं, ये वो नहीं होता है, ये सॉल्यूशन होता है। क्योंकि एक ही समस्या के कई समाधान हो सकते हैं। तो एक शोध के अंदर आप एक समस्या का एक ही समाधान निकालोगे, वो आपकी फाइंडिंग नहीं है। ये आप जरा थोड़ा सा देख लीजिएगा। Yes, Sunita Khanna, congratulations, your answer is correct. Sunita Khanna Ganguly, your answer is correct, absolutely correct. Very good, congratulations. Yes, my dear friend Anonymous, जब आप नया कॉन्सेप्ट ढूंढेंगे, वो थ्योरेटिकल एस्पेक्ट है, रिसर्च नहीं है माय डियर फ्रेंड। आप जब नया कॉन्सेप्ट ढूंढते हैं, ढूंढना ही अलग बात है। आप जब नया कॉन्सेप्ट आप डेवलप करते हैं तो वो डेवलप करने वाली वो आपकी बेसिक रिसर्च होगी। तो हो सकती है ना, क्यों नहीं हो सकती? और आप जानते हैं कि एक जो कॉन्सेप्ट होता है साइंस में, उसका एक ही मतलब होगा, लेकिन सोशल साइंस के जो कॉन्सेप्ट हैं उनके कई मीनिंग होते हैं, एक नहीं होता है, ढेर सारे मीनिंग होते हैं। No. Jasmine, no beta. Udin, no. I don't know. This, what you have written, it is related to which of the question? Maximum reliability, surely no. Anyway, I go to the next. Types of researches. Now there are many types of researches, and I will tell you these type of the researches. Let me take it on the next page so that, say here, I will give the serial number. Here I will give the type of research, and here I will give the base. On what basis can we say research will be of this type? So number one is, whenever you have information, how many types of information do you know? कि जो जानकारी है वो कितने प्रकार की होती है? जब आप कोई भी फॉर्म आपने एडमिशन का भरा होगा, या जो मेरे टीचर्स हैं वो अगर इनकम टैक्स का फॉर्म भरते हैं या कोई और फॉर्म भरते हैं, तो आप कौन कौन सी जानकारियां देते हैं? या आपने कभी रेलवे की रिजर्वेशन कराई हो तो कौन कौन सी जानकारियां देते हैं? Whenever you have the railway reservation and you fill the form, what all information you give in the form? Whenever you took admission and there was a form, and you must have given some information in that particular one. So what all types of the information that you can give? Can any one of you tell me? No, surely not basic, but basic information. What type of basic information? What type of basic information? Yes, Sarangi, your one is all right. Sarangi, your answer is correct. See, whenever you have a information, then information will be of two types. See, when there is a question in the examination and you write the answer, the question is qualitative in nature and the answer which you write will be qualitative in nature. So this is one information. When you read the book, when you read the newspaper, there is a qualitative information in there. But in between, there might be some numbers. So this qualitative information, the examiner, when he will check your answer, he may give 6 marks out of 10. So he has converted the qualitative information into quantitative. So basically there are two types of information. One is qualitative information, and that is called qualitative research. And another is the quantitative information, and it is called quantitative research. So you will have qualitative research and quantitative research, and the base is आपकी संख्यात्मक शोध और गुणात्मक शोध. इसका आधार है नेचर ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन और टाइप ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. और टाइप ऑफ डेटा. कि जिस तरह की आपकी जानकारी होगी, इंफॉर्मेशन होगा, उसी तरह का वो रिसर्च हो जाएगी. अगर आपकी जानकारी संख्यात्मक है तो वो संख्यात्मक शोध हो जाएगा, और अगर आपकी जानकारी गुणात्मक है तो वो गुणात्मक शोध हो जाएगा. If you have a qualitative research, qualitative data, then the research will be called qualitative in nature. And if you have a quantitative data, then the research that you do will be called a quantitative research. So this is the one way to divide the researches or classify the researches. So if type of information is the base, then you should say qualitative research and quantitative research. Now there is another way to talk about the research. This, if I do not give, it will be all right. I may not give this. I'm giving another one. See, another is called the basic research, or is called fundamental research, or is called theoretical research. Theoretical research. Another is called experimental research, or you can call it applied research. And another is called action research. Now, can any one of you tell me what can be the base of classifying the theoretical research, experimental research, and action research? Yes, Monica, you can write your answer. You people can write your answers in the chat box. Yes, Pani, your answer is correct, beta. No, Sarangi, utility is no. Chakraborty, no. No. Anonymous, no, that's not the answer. No. Sarangi, no. Thakur, no. Vinod Kumar Singh, no. Aarti Shukla, no. I'm not asking what is fundamental research. I'm not asking that. This is important, dear friends. On what base can we differentiate among these three types of the researches? No, no anonymous, no, absolutely no. No. Jasmine, no. Rima Das, no. Now, what is This is important. Yes. Udin, Jamaluddin, your answer is 100% correct. Very good. But Shirley, your answer is correct. Javed, no beta. Sunita Khanna, your answer is 100% correct. Reema Das, think again. The word which you have written, there will be 2 more words before that. So Reema Das, if you can think of the 2 other words, then your answer will be correct. Sarangi, your answer is 100% correct. You need not to write and between the 2 words. You write or, either that or that, because both mean the same. No, anonymous, any research that you do, there has to be some purpose. जो भी आप शोध करते हैं उसका कोई ना कोई पर्पस होता, कोई ना कोई मकसद होता, कोई ना कोई उद्देश्य होता है. आप ये वेबिनार अटेंड कर रहे हो तो इसका भी कोई ना कोई उद्देश्य है. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप जस्ट लाइक दैट कर रहे हो. नहीं, पर्पस तो हर चीज का होता है. Yes, Ravi Prakash, your answer is correct, beta. Priya, no. Thakur, the word is there, but there will be 2 more words. Now see, when now you see the theoretical research, the theory whenever anyone develops, you know Newton's laws of motion, you know Avogadro laws, you know Pythagoras theorem. All these were given by someone. Do you think that Newton's laws are applicable only in the place where Newton lived? The answer is no. Newton's laws are applicable all over the world. So the utility is vast. पूरा यूनिवर्स है, उस पे न्यूटन्स के लॉज अप्लाई होते हैं. ऑन द प्लेनेट, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अप. Archimedes principle applicable all over the world. तो जो थ्योरी होती है उसकी यूटिलिटी या उसकी एप्लीकेबिलिटी ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड होती है. So the theory has the maximum utility or have the maximum applicability. Now the experimental, your mobile is the example of experimental research. If you take this mobile along with this SIM card and you go to Canada, your mobile will not work there. You have to change the SIM card. Without changing the SIM card, it will not work. This is experimental research. Now, this COVID-19, now different companies have come out with different vaccine. And the vaccine, if whatever vaccine COVID Shield gave by Indian, this COVID Shield cannot be used in any other country without their permission. If they do not permit, then you can't use it. So the utility of experimental research is limited. See, fan which we are using in India, if you take this fan to Canada or to Australia or to Switzerland or to Naga or to any other country, it will not work there. Why? Because in India, we have 220 volts. And outside India, they have 110 volts. So if you want to use this fan, that 110 volts must be upgraded to 220, otherwise it will not work. That is why whenever these fans are manufactured, they always manufacture according to the specification of the country. Whenever medicines are manufactured, they are according to the specification of the country. In India, we have Pfizer. In India, we have Ranbaxy. They are in this particular field, they are making lot of medicines. Now, they made medicines according to the specification of the US, and they sent their specimens to US for approval. And the US did not approve. So therefore, they could not sell those medicines in US. But the same medicines are being sold in India because our specification and their specification are very different. So therefore, experimental research has got the limited utility, and action research has got very, very, very limited. So if I do the action research in my class, in my subject, then I can use that only in my class, in my subject, and me only. Another person cannot use it. Number one, the action research finding, they cannot be used for generalization. एक्शन रिसर्च की जो फाइंडिंग्स होती हैं उसको आप सामान्यीकरण नहीं कर सकते, जनरलाइजेशन नहीं कर सकते. तो एक्शन रिसर्च जो होगी वो आपकी जो लोकलाइज्ड प्रॉब्लम है उस प्रॉब्लम के समाधान के लिए हम एक्शन रिसर्च करते हैं. और एक्शन रिसर्च आप स्कूल में कर सकते हैं, टीचर कर सकता है. जो टीचर जिस सब्जेक्ट को पढ़ा रहा है, प्रिंसिपल चाहे तो प्रिंसिपल कर सकता है, और प्राइवेट मैनेजमेंट अगर वो कोई चाहे किसी तरह का प्रयोग करना अपने स्कूल में तो वो कर सकते हैं. तो ये जो एक्शन रिसर्च है इसकी यूटिलिटी है सबसे कम है. तो these can be differentiated on the basis of degree of utility, or you can say degree of applicability. So the theoretical research has the maximum utility. Experimental research has got less utility, and action research has got very, very, very narrow utility, very small utility. But your theoretical research is pure qualitative in nature. Your experimental research is quantitative in nature, and action research is quantitative in nature. So I'm not telling you another type of research, because this will be all right for you there is no need for giving you another one. Now, I go to the next. Next is because research is a process. So therefore, there must be steps. So we go to the steps. Steps of research. Let me answer this question also, that what is systematic or what is a systematic activity? Activity is said to be done systematically when or where the probability of success is maximum. जिस गतिविधि के करने से समाधान मिलने की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी है वो सबसे ज्यादा हो जाए, उसको हम सिस्टेमैटिक कहते हैं. So whenever the probability of success is maximum, then we call it the activity is said to be done systematically. So मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको शायद ये बात समझ में आ गई होगी. अब मैं स्टेप्स का बताता हूं. जो द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रॉब्लम. सी आइडेंटिफिकेशन और सिलेक्शन में अंतर है. Identification and selection, there is a difference. I'll take one example. When you go to the market to purchase some fruits, so you find there are varieties of fruits. So different types of fruits make it is heterogeneous. आप मार्केट में जाते हैं, आपको विभिन्न प्रकार के फ्रूट्स मिलेंगे, तो ये हेट्रोजीनियस सिचुएशन है. नाउ इफ यू डिसाइड टू परचेज एप्पल or to purchase mango, this is the mango season. Now if you want to purchase mango, then you see in one particular basket there must be mangoes. Now from those mangoes you have to, because all are mangoes, if all are of the same quality, then you will just pick like that. But if they differ in the size or they differ in the color, some are more yellowish color, some are more green color. Okay, so therefore then you try to select. So selection means when you have a homogeneous, relatively homogeneous situation, then you use the word selection. And when it is a heterogeneous situation, then you use the word identification. So whenever you do any type of research, whether it is action research or whether it is whatever it is, or theoretical research or experimental research, you have to select, you have to have a problem. So you have to select. So selection is a part of identification. तो कई किताबों में जो सिलेक्शन ऑफ प्रॉब्लम जो पहला स्टेप दिया हुआ है वो टेक्निकली गलत है. उसकी जगह आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रॉब्लम होना चाहिए। तो जो मेरे हिंदी वाले हैं वो जरा देख लीजिए कि जो सोपान, पहला सोपान जो होगा वो आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रॉब्लम होगा, ना कि सिलेक्शन ऑफ प्रॉब्लम। नाउ, and this problem you have to select from whatever the subject in which you want to conduct a research. Now, another word is problem. The technical word for problem is called variable. Now, in one research, how many problems should you take? In one research, how many problems should you take? 130. Yes. In one research, you must have minimum one variable. You need not to have two variables. आप एक शोध जो कर रहे हो उसमें एक चर का होना अति आवश्यक है, because without variable research cannot be conducted. So therefore, whenever any researcher is interested in doing research, he or she must have minimum one variable. And when you have a variable, then you should be able to write the title. And when you write title, आपने उद्देश्य, आपने चर देख लिया, का चयन कर लिया, तो आपको शीर्षक लिखना है. And when you write title, you should know, should it be broad versus narrow versus specific. This is what you should understand. Okay, when you are writing the title, can title be broad or should title be narrow or should title be specific? Next, you should know that when you are writing a title, then you must know which information be given in it. Which information should be given in it. के शीर्षक में कौन कौन सी जानकारियां निहित होनी चाहिए. Which all information you must give in the title. Next, can a title start with the word to, or can we put a full stop in the title? These are important points which you should take into cognizance and which you should understand. Next, you should know how to write objectives. So you should have minimum one objective, or if you like, you can have more than one objective, no problem. If you do not want to write the word objective, you may write the word research question. If you are writing a heading objective, then you must write a simple sentence. But if you are writing the heading research question, then that simple sentence you should convert it in the question form. So in one research, Either you can write objective or you can write research question. You cannot write both because the meaning is the same. And when you are writing the objective, you must know should objective be broad versus narrow or versus pinpoint. And then you know you can write objective either in the sentence form or question form. Now this is what you must know in each and every in the first step. So in the first step, whenever you want to undertake action research or any other type of research, you must have a variable. And after selecting the variable, you must have a title. You must write the title, and after writing the title, then you should write objectives, because objectives are pinpointed. Your title for the action research will be specific, but if you are not doing the action research, then it is narrow. So this is important. Those people who want to do action research, then the title must be specific. Action research में जो title है वो आपका काफी specific होना चाहिए, और आप दूसरे तरह का शोध कर रहे हो तो आपका narrow होना चाहिए. And then you write your objectives. Okay, now once you have done this, then the second step is formulation of hypothesis. This is the second step. Let me tell you what is a hypothesis. दूसरा सोपान परिकल्पना, formulation of hypothesis. Hypothesis माने परिकल्पना. अब मुझे नहीं मालूम परिकल्पना का निर्माण कहेंगे या परिकल्पना बनाना कहेंगे, मुझे लगता है परिकल्पना बनाना. So let me tell you what is a hypothesis. See, hypothesis is the tentative solution of the problem. It is not the final solution. It is the tentative solution. This is important. And another definition is that hypothesis is the intelligent guess about the solution of the problem. Important है, it is the intelligent guess. Guess नहीं है ये intelligent guess है. And another definition is hypothesis is the conjectural statement about the relationship between variables. ये तीन आपके डेफिनेशंस हैं और ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप कोई भी परिभाषा का आप यूज कर सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। देखिए, whenever we go to the doctor will examine the patient, and after examining the patient, he may tell to the patient that you are suffering from this particular problem. But after that, he tells to the patient that you go to the pathology lab and get these tests done. Why doctor wants the pathology report? Because on the basis of the pathology report, then the doctor will decide whether the patient is suffering from that problem or not. So what doctor thinks after examining, that is tentative, it is not final. He will make it final only after getting the pathology report. Those people who suffered in the COVID-19 period, each one of them had to go to the pathology lab and get their saliva tested there, and then on the basis of that, then the doctor decided whether the patient is suffering from COVID-19 or not. So therefore, the testing has to be done. And it is not a guess, it is an intelligent guess, means there are bases. Without base, you cannot give the hypothesis. Now, so when it is a base, see, when you go home and suppose you find that lock is not on the door, what comes to your mind? You may think that somebody has come home before you, or you may think there somebody broke open the lock, or you might think that no, somebody who went after you did not lock it. There might be many, but when you go inside, you find everything intact and you find your brother is there, then you say, oh, okay, fine. That means my brother has come. So this is how that you have a hypothesis, and this hypothesis has to be tested. And for testing the hypothesis in the science, people test hypothesis by doing experiment. Because in science, experiment can be done, but in social sciences, it is not possible to do experiment. So what people do is, they test it by using the statistical technique. And if you want statistical technique to use, you must have a quantitative data. That means in your research, if you collect a quantitative data, that can be analyzed with the help of a statistical technique, and you can test the hypothesis, and then you must have a hypothesis. अगर आपके शोध में गुणात्मक जानकारी है जिसका विश्लेषण सांख्यिकीय विधि के द्वारा आप कर सकते हैं, तो आप परिकल्पना की टेस्टिंग कर सकते हैं. But if you have a qualitative research, qualitative data, if you have a qualitative data which cannot be analyzed with the help of a statistical technique, then you cannot test the hypothesis and you should not formulate the hypothesis. अगर आपके पास में गुणात्मक जानकारी है जिसका विश्लेषण सांख्यिकीय विधि से नहीं कर सकते, तो आप परिकल्पना की टेस्टिंग नहीं कर सकते हैं. उस शोध में आपको परिकल्पना नहीं बनानी चाहिए. So whenever you are conducting a research where you are having the qualitative data, then you cannot have a hypothesis there, because qualitative data cannot be analyzed with the help of a statistical technique, and you cannot test the hypothesis, and you should not formulate the hypothesis. But if you have a qualitative data which can be converted into quantitative, I repeat, if you collect a qualitative data which can be converted into quantitative, which can be analyzed with the help of statistical technique, and you can test the hypothesis, and you should formulate the hypothesis. अगर आप गुणात्मक जानकारी को संख्यात्मक में बदल सकते हैं, उस वक्त आप संख्यात्मक जानकारी का विश्लेषण सांख्यिकीय विधि से कर सकते हैं, तो आपको परिकल्पना बनानी चाहिए. तो therefore in action research, because you will have the quantitative information, and therefore in action research you will be having the hypothesis, so you will form the hypothesis. So in action research, the formulation of hypothesis step will be there, and therefore that's what you should try to understand. So in action research, your first step is identification of problem, and your second step is the formulation of hypothesis. More I will tell you about the hypothesis as we proceed further. देखिए, अगर if you have a quantitative information, then you can analyze it with the help of a statistical technique, and then you can test the hypothesis, and then you must formulate the hypothesis. So whenever you have the quantitative data which can be analyzed with the help of a statistical technique, and then you can test the hypothesis, and you must formulate the hypothesis. But if you have a qualitative data which cannot be analyzed with the help of a statistical technique, then you cannot test the hypothesis, and you should not formulate the hypothesis. So in qualitative research, in philosophical research, in historical research, in descriptive survey research, in case study research, you cannot formulate the hypothesis, because your data will be qualitative in nature, and you cannot convert it into quantitative. So whenever you have a pure qualitative data, it cannot be converted into quantitative, then my dear friend, you cannot formulate a hypothesis. But if you have collected a qualitative data which can be converted into quantitative, then you can analyze with the help of a statistical technique. Then you can test the hypothesis and you should formulate a hypothesis. So if you have a qualitative data, but you can convert it into quantitative, as when there is an exam, the question is qualitative, the answer is qualitative. The examiner, after reading your answer, he gives marks. So the examiner has converted qualitative information into quantitative information. And if you convert like this, then it is possible to analyze the data with the help of a statistical technique, and then you can test the hypothesis, and then you must formulate the hypothesis. So that is important. I have given, Sunita, you listen carefully. In philosophical research, historical research, descriptive survey research, case study research, and qualitative researches, you cannot formulate hypotheses. You can formulate hypotheses only and only in case of correlational survey and experimental research. In action research, you must have a hypothesis. In action research, we can formulate a hypothesis. I will tell you when we come to that. Now, the third step is called data collection. And when you are collecting the data, then you must know from where to collect the data. So that means you must know about the sampling. And when I talk about the sampling, that means you must know your universe, you must know population, you must know about sample, you must know about frame, or you must know about sampling frame, and you must know about different methods of sampling. And you must know about size of sample, and you must know about sampling error. Next, you should know about your tool, the tool which you will be using. So which tool will you be using? Rita, when you want to find out the problems, social problems, and whatever the data you get, you cannot convert it into quantitative. It is not possible to convert. Now, when you are giving a test, your achievement in mathematics, the students write their answer, it is qualitative. But when you are checking, you are converting it to quantitative, you are giving the scores. See, when you ask the people to give their reaction to COVID-19 or online teaching, they may give their reaction and that is qualitative, and you can convert it into quantitative. So there are many variables whose data you can convert from qualitative to quantitative. And I will take some more example and will tell you. I hope you have understood, Dr. Rita. So the tools, you must know about the tools. You must know about the characteristics. You must know about the types of tool. You must know about the difference between measurement and assessment. And you must know about the types of the tool. And you must know about the procedure of development and standardization. And you must know about the methods of reliability, validity, and norms. And then you must know about the methods of research. And there is a philosophical method, there's nothing to know about it. Historical method, yes, you must know something about it. And in case of action research, you must know about experimental method. So I will talk about the experimental method, which method we should use in case of action research, I will tell you. Now, once we have collected the data, then fourth is the data analysis. And then last one is your conclusion or is your finding. Now, these are the steps. Some of the steps will be in action research, and what all steps will be in the action research, that I will tell you when we meet tomorrow. So therefore, till then, bye-bye, stay safe. And then tomorrow I'm going to tell you the steps which we take in order to conduct the action research. कल हम एक्शन रिसर्च करते वक्त किन किन सोपानों का हम यूज करते हैं वो मैं आपको बताऊंगा, और एक एक सोपान लेके मैं आपको उसकी एग्जांपल दे दूंगा. I will tell you the steps of action research along with examples. So till then, have a nice time. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
Many thanks to you, sir, and many thanks to all participants, and many thanks to Dr. Rahul Kant, sir, and AM College of Education, Rewari family. Many thanks to. We will meet again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.